On the Real Journey show, you can expect to hear about a real journey. The listeners will be reminded that life experiences have a compelling way of connecting us, inspiring us, and empowering us to stay real. Welcome back to the Real Journey show. This is episode 32 with the title of Build Exits. I am really excited to talk to you about this today because it's so relatable for exactly what I've been going through. If you've been listening or following me for any length of time, you know, in the last 5 weeks, I had a hysterectomy. And so a lot of things changed after that hysterectomy. One, before the surgery, I had to stop taking my ADHD medication. Afterward, of course, you're on recovery for at least 6 weeks of no CrossFits. If you know me at all, you know that's my passion. No exercise. And besides walking, and just a lot of restrictions for 6 weeks and then 8 weeks for another set of restrictions. So it has been a little doozy. And one of the things I talked to my therapist about before we went into surgery was just preparing my mind for this, being off my medication for a couple of weeks, also removing some very important things in my life that help me stay mentally healthy, also physically healthy. And one of the things she taught me is, we have to build exits. So if you will, use this metaphor, think of life as a very busy highway, back-to-back traffic, just bumper to bumper, everybody getting driver rage, frustrated. Life sometimes can get like that, and so can our mind. So our mind can be cluttered with lots of different things, and it just causes this bumper to bumper traffic in our mind to where we get in this way of thinking, driver's rage, if you will, life's rage of thinking. And every little thing is frustrating. And it feels like that highway that you just can't get off of. It's one of those loops, like in Houston, it's just like you're going to go around and around and around. And we start spinning in the negativity when we think like this. But if we could build some exits, we could potentially avoid a lot of that frustration. So, for example, we knew that taking out CrossFit, for one thing, was going to be a huge thing for me. I CrossFit 5 days a week. I run 4 to 5 days a week. I'm always out doing something, joining an obstacle, or just, I love to be active in every way. And so removing that piece of my life, we knew was going to cause my dopamine levels to decrease. And so one of the things I had to think about was, what am I going to put in its place? What exit can I build when it's time to go to CrossFit, or when it's time to run with my run club on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and on Sunday run day? What am I going to do instead? One of the exits I created for that specifically was start my podcast back up. Starting my podcast back up was something I wanted to do anyway. And I really, really wanted to learn more about video creation, YouTube. I had a YouTube channel, but I've never really played around with all the different aspects of video, lighting, new camera. By the way, I have a brand new camera. I'll show this to you for anybody watching this on YouTube. It's right here. It's so awesome. And I still haven't figured out how to use it yet. So next week, hold me to it. That one's going to be the next piece I do. But one of the exits was to learn more of this content. So at 3:30, when I would normally head out to CrossFit, I usually shut down my work and I will find a YouTube video, or Claudio Zavala has been somebody I've been following, and I just love all his really easy ways to enhance graphic designing or YouTube videos, or lighting. He talks about all these different things on his YouTube channel. So I've been following him, and I'll just find someone or a video on a topic that I'm interested in and learn a little bit from 3:30 to about 4:15 when I would normally be at CrossFit. And then when I would normally be at CrossFit, I typically will try to implement those things that I learned. If I didn't do that, then I will go take my dog for a walk. We've had the opportunity to take a lot of walks lately. This is one of the few exercises I can do and have been able to for the last few weeks. So that has been another exit that's been very beneficial for me. Another way that I was able to build an exit and keep my mind healthy was to write a little bit more. I love writing. So building in some time for writing. Sometimes that CrossFit time was a writing time for me. I'm like, okay, I can write for me. I don't have to just write in my journal. I can write content that can go on my blog. I can share this with my email list. It's something that I've been wanting to make more time for. I do a lot of that for my company, Dave Burgess Consulting, but I don't always make time to write for my content. And so it's given me some more time. It's just another exit that I was able to create. Now, as I'm telling you about these exits, trust me that my mind often wanted to go into that really driver's rage kind of traffic jam. It often wanted to go there. And I was so frustrated. 6 weeks is going to take forever. And y'all, it's not been forever. It's just, it is a long time, but had I not created some of these exits to get off that highway of negativity, it would have been so much longer, would have been so much more frustrating. And I wouldn't have the mindset that I have right now coming off of this recovery. Come Tuesday of this next week, I will have 1 week left of the 6 weeks. So I'm really excited about how far I've come from the surgery and also how healthy my mind has stayed throughout the process. Another exit that really worked well for me was finding a way to sweat. I'm used to working out really hard, getting hot and sweaty, and it just feels good to like get a good sweat on and then carry on about my day. But there was no amount of exercise I could do that could get me to that level of sweating. But we found that I could go into a sauna. One of our local gyms here has a $10 a month membership, and you can just use the basics. You can use the sauna and the gym equipment that's out in the middle of the floor. Well, I found that using the sauna at least 5 to 6 days a week has been such a wonderful thing for me. It has helped me to clear my mind. When I'm in there, sometimes I just turn out the lights. I'll do some triangle breathing. I'll meditate. There has been so many benefits of that exit that I cannot even begin to tell you. I started following Dr. Rhonda Patrick on Instagram and learning all about the benefits of sauna and how to make the best of it. And so again, another exit on this busy highway of life that I was able to take. Now, did these exits take me to a short road to get to my end goal, which is back to CrossFitting? No. And I think a lot of times when we're on the highway and we're in this really big traffic jam, we'll take an exit, and oftentimes it takes us a longer route to get to where we're going. But we might discover a mom and pop shop where we can eat and have lunch, or we might discover a little shop that has these unique vintage pieces for our home or clothes or all these things that we might not have ever seen had we not taken the exit, got out of that traffic jam, stopped worrying about it and letting our blood pressure get high and frustrated. But we took the exit, and maybe it took us a little longer, but we discovered some new things along the way. And that's exactly what I'm talking about when I'm talking about building exits inside of your mind. We have these available, and maybe you are not experiencing that traffic jam of life in your mind right now, but you could in the future. So build your exits early. A lot of roads these days have a lot of exits, these big highways, and you don't see people taking them all the time. But when there is a big traffic jam, you'll see those exits getting used quite often because people are ready to get out of that and at least just keep moving forward. And that's exactly what the exits that I created in my mind helped me to do. It helped me not to become stagnant on those thoughts and to stay in that place that I knew was going to tear me down, make me upset, make me focus on things that I couldn't do and things that were not going well in my life. And woe is me, and oh, I'm so frustrated. But it helped me to keep moving forward. Did I make it to my destination any quicker? No, I still have to wait the 6 weeks. I still have to wait the 8 weeks for the second set of restrictions. But did I enjoy the ride along the way? And the answer is yes. I have learned so much about YouTube and podcasting and sauna and writing and getting to walk Honey even more and have moments with her of exploring things outside that we haven't had. I've also built another exit that I don't know if I would recommend this, but some online shopping. Sometimes I'll find myself online shopping and finding cute clothes, which kind of goes with the YouTube channel. I mean, you got to have cute clothes if you're going to get on YouTube, right? I mean, it just makes sense, but maybe not so much recommend that one, but all the rest of them have been, including that one actually, have been very helpful for keeping me thinking straight, keeping me moving forward to get to that destination. And I'm super proud of how healthy my mind has been throughout this entire recovery, even without medication, which was really tough. I talked about this in another podcast where I had to set up a lot of different coping strategies for how to deal with ADHD without medication. I wrote a blog about it if you want to go check it out on tarammartin.com. But I will say, after the surgery, I was able to get back on my medication and then implement some of these exits for when I would normally be doing something I really love to now doing something else that is exciting, that's interesting, that's also keeping me engaged. My number one Gallup strength is learner. So being able to learn something new every single day has been both exciting and also kind of reminding me all about that beginner's mindset where I'm having to start from the bottom, understand that the product that I put out is not going to be perfect, but it's going to be work in progress. And I'm a very busy girl anyway. So keeping me moving forward was the goal, and it has worked. I now have about one more week. I've also been released to do a little dumbbell session. So now I've taken those sauna sessions and I call them the sauna sandwich. I sauna for 15-ish minutes. I go do the bro sesh on the dumbbells for 15 minutes, and then I'll come back and sauna for 15 minutes again. It doesn't feel like a CrossFit workout, but it feels good. And it feels like I did something. And then I'm ready to come home, get a honey walk, and cook some dinner and move on about my life. I just thought I would share this with you because I know that if life isn't feeling like a jammed up highway right now in your mind, there may be a time in life where you do discover that. And when you do, I highly recommend build exits. In fact, it might be best to build some now and have them ready for when your mind gets too cluttered, because it can help you to refocus that energy rather than going in that spiral of negativity and just keep looping around that highway, honking your horn, frustrated, yelling profanity at the people in front of you or those people that are close to you, right? This works for real life. You will have an exit where you can get off, you can keep moving, you can learn some things, have a little fun, find some joy in places you had not experienced before, and get to that destination with a better mindset. I hope that this has helped somebody out there. And I just wanted to remind you, build exits. See you next week on The Real Journey Show.